Hey everybody, Mark here at Discover Your Home. Thank you again for joining me on this wonderful Thursday evening here in the area of land of city of big shoulders, the land of Lincoln. Want to talk a little bit about mudrooms and the changing purposes, I guess that'd be the word I'm looking for. What are you using your mudroom for? And we find that a lot of our customers now are starting to utilize their mudroom for their pets. And some things that they like to do, some things that we're seeing in the marketplace that are really kind of pet-centric, if that's such a word. If not, I will claim the first to be the one that mentioned it. Okay, so what's your mudroom generally? It's typically that room that is leading you from your garage into your home, into the kitchen area, and usually it's part of a utility room or laundry room, but it's a nice pass through from you coming in from the outside world and coming into your home. So a lot of times you'll find that there'll be a washer and dryer. You're using it for storage, a place for kids, their sports gear, their musical instruments. It's just kind of a wasteland of stuff, and everything kind of gets thrown in there. It's if you know what a junk drawer is, it's kind of the junk room. It's just kind of everything gets tossed in there, and then when you need it, you just kind of sort through it and grab, oh, those are my shoes, those are my socks, and you move on your way into life. So what we're starting to see now is our more seasoned customers are taking in some pets, rescue dogs, cats, and other animals. Not too many other animals, but usually dogs and some cats. And so what we're seeing now is kind of this whole industry move towards kind of catering to owners that have pets. And some of the things that we're seeing out there, places where you make these little lockers and locker kind of type things and cubby holes for your pets, so they can keep their toys, their chew toys. Because I'm telling you, I got 3 dogs. There's chew toys all over. I mean, they got these little bones. It looks like a boneyard here. It's crazy. It's so it's a great place to store all the little toys, store their leashes, store the little waste bags. Also, they're making little areas in the laundry room where the kind of build like a small bed area and some storage around it, so you can the dog can go in there and sleep during the day. We're also starting to see where the cabinets, there's actually crates kind of built into furniture now and into cabinets, so you can have kind of a cabinet and a cage kind of all in the same combo. And it's really kind of neat. The dog kind of goes in there, tucked away. It's very comfortable. Make it, obviously, you want it sized for your animal and for your pet. So mostly dogs, I would say. Really kind of cool feature. And it's just kind of integrated into the mudroom. It's just one of those areas where you got a little extra storage space. You're going to want to be able to keep areas for like dog food, so you can kind of seal things up, keep bugs out of there. There's really also, you're starting to see a little bit, and I saw a trend over at last year's, I can't remember the name of the show, but we were at last year's basically home improvement show, and animal washing stations, stainless steel sinks with kind of the big sprayers that you see either at a vet's office or even kind of in a restaurant, where they're kind of mobile carts and little dog washing stations in the laundry room that are being piped in. And because you want to clean your dog, dog comes in from the backyard, especially here in the northern part of the United States. Come November through, I'd say, March. It can be an absolute mess outside. If it's really cold out and frozen, well, then it's not too bad. But it's when that snow and frozen tundra turns into slush and mud and and especially this year with, man, we've had quite a bit of rain, how much our dogs will track in mud. So it's really kind of a nice feature to put in for yourself, and usually you can kind of extend out the, say, utility tub, or kind of reconfigure your laundry room, quote unquote laundry room, mud room, reconfigure it with very minimal expense to go ahead and put in a larger tub. I was quite surprised on how cost effective some of the materials were. So there's a lot of different things you can do for the dogs and the cats. Also put an area where you can slide away the dog bowls for their food and water, because a lot of times, there again, I got 3 dogs, so I got a small, medium, and a large dog, and they can make an absolute mess between the 3 of them. Between one of them actually loves to tip over the bowl and knock the food out onto the floor, and the other 2 come along and eat it. I can't tell you how many times I've stepped over piles of dog food in the middle of the floor. So it's kind of nice to be able to store things away, to be able to have a area that your animal can go in and eat, and maybe also an area that the dog can be cleaned, and an area that your dog can also, if you want to treat him or her extra special, an area where they can put their heads down and kind of rest. And it's actually, I don't know if you've ever been in a laundry room long enough, but it's actually kind of quite soothing when you hear that the dryer spinning or the washer spinning is just kind of this constant buzz. So they might find that it's a little bit more attractive for them. It kind of contains the dog or the cats, and you put them in that area. So it keeps the smell down a little bit, because then our pets do kind of, if they get in the dirt and mud a little too much, they can get a little odorous, if that's a word. I don't think it is, but I just made it up, so it's a word. Let's see what else we talk about. Really, sleeping area is great for them. There again, you can put it in a caged area there if you like to cage train your dog. We've cage trained pretty much most of our dogs, and honestly, at first I was a little shocked by cage training, but absolutely, my dogs now march them on up to bed, and they absolutely work their way into there. And there again, it's a great place to store that extra dog food. We can do some built-in bins, or you can do some built-in bins. Go on the internet. There's a lot of materials. Go on Pinterest. You'll be amazed on all the neat and unique things that are there for your pets, and being able to utilize that mudroom. So thanks again for joining me. I'm Mark at Discover Your Home. Have yourself a wonderful week. We'll see you next week. Good night.